Me too.
Welcome to Monday. It has been a great celebration here. Mark Berman, it's his day. It is his day.
The legend
Celebratory day.
taking
Legendary.
pictures.
This is the after show.
Okay.
We're
And it's all
online.
about you.
Do I get paid now? Do I get overtime for doing
By
the
the
after
word.
show?
One of the things I've loved most about you is you're always so funny, and sometimes you're not even trying to be funny, and you make me laugh. He
True.
makes me laugh
True.
so hard.
That's true.
Good.
Yes, you do.
If you're not having fun doing this job, it's no fun.
I got a
So-
story real quick.
Yeah, you go.
I want to say it was back in 1992. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to date you.
I
But
don't care.
in
I'm old.
In the Oilers locker room, Chris Dishman, RJ, Richard Johnson, and you going back and forth. Y'all were walking, just walking there, going back and forth. And they were calling you Scoop. I don't know what the discussion was, but I just stood there and kind of watched for a little
Well, that
bit
was
and
31
started
years
laughing.
ago, so I have no clue.
Hey, man,
With those two guys, Chris Dishman and Richard Johnson, God knows what we were talking about.
it was
Because
fun
it
to
was
watch.
nuts.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch. It really was.
They were fun to cover.
Yeah.
So
And they were very good, too. They just didn't get quite to the mountaintop.
Yep.
Bun B brought in 26 Trailburgers to
I've
celebrate
had
your
one.
last
They're
day
very,
here.
very good.
Are they very good? He has the brick
Especially
and
when
mortar
they're
now.
free.
Yeah, even better, right? Your
Yes.
grandson took at least a couple, I think.
Did he?
I saw him.
I
yeah.
need to grab one. They're almost all gone.
You want to get one?
I will eventually.
Yeah, well, make sure this one is set aside for you.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, Dessert Gallery brought over this
I saw that.
lovely cake. They said this is a secret menu cake, the MLB Tres Leches.
My wife and I love that kind of
Do
stuff.
you?
We shouldn't, but we do.
Yes, and then we have an even bigger cake
Mm-hmm.
right in front of us that we haven't cut into yet. 'Cause,
I need to get a chunk for my grandson.
yeah, he gets to
Yeah, I
pick the
think he's getting
picture
his
that he
grandson
wants
that one.
then.
So
right?
what's next in this after show?
Well, I want to ask you something. You've had a lot of great moments, a lot of scoops. Can you give us maybe one of the top moments of
Well,
your career?
first of all, you never want to talk about anything that's negative.
Gotcha.
It's not fair to the people involved. And okay, if you want to talk about top stories, I mean, Carlos Correa signing with Minnesota Twins, that was huge. Michael Brantley coming back to the Astros when everybody thought he was gone. They reported he was gone. But nothing gets bigger than the purchase or sale of a franchise. And when Tillman Fertitta bought the Rockets, and we broke the story, I've got to believe in 37 years that's at or near, has to be at the top, because normally when guys who buy teams, they're well known within their industry, but the general public doesn't know who they are. Tillman Fertitta was already an icon. He just became an even bigger icon. Yeah. So to me, that's right there. And another one that was close to that was when the late Bob McNair, we broke the story that the late Bob McNair was going to try to bring the NFL back to Houston. This is before the Texans were ever even the name. So we were the first to report he wanted to bring this team back here, or bring a team back here. How big is that? Pretty big, but nothing to me tops Tillman buying the Houston Rockets.
Wow.
So there.
Wow.
There are others, but I mean,
94, 95 championships?
oh, well, if you're talking about events, the back-to-back Rockets championships,
Yep.
the Astros going to the World Series in 05, even though they didn't win. Their incredible, unprecedented run, 6 consecutive ALCS, 4 World Series, won it twice. That's, sports directors, sportscasters, reporters like you and me, you dream of covering things like that.
Yeah.
And we did. We did. We were there for every minute.
A sports job is a dream for so many kids, but a lot of people may not realize it's not glamorous. And it is a lot of work. And the amount of work you put into this job day in and day out is just incredible and unmatched. I mean, you were on the phone making calls in the morning and didn't get home till right before midnight every day?
That's right. Well, I mean, take for instance the Carlos Correa story and going to the Twins. We broke that story at 1:41 a.m. Eastern. I was in Florida at spring training. So there is no such thing as a deadline. It's just 24/7. This phone's never off. It's always on. But when I retire tonight, when I'm done tonight, I'm going to turn it off.
Is this your work phone?
It is.
So do you turn this in today?
I have a few days.
You have a few
Yes,
days.
I have to turn it in. That's
So
right.
have you thought about your final tweet yet, or what you're going to say at the end? I mean, you got to have some kind of signing
Break it
off,
story.
right? Like, you're not going to go
Right now,
dark.
right now, yes, I am.
You are.
Right now, I'm just trying not to get beat.
Yeah.
I want to get through the day without getting embarrassed.
Yeah.
And there's stuff going on. Look at J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
They announced he's going to be in the Ring of Honor. That's a gigantic
Right.
story. I didn't have a clue.
So I can still go to your Twitter, but it may not be for any
Well, I'm not gonna-
sports-related
I'm not-
content.
No.
Yeah.
family, pets. I don't know. I don't have any plans.
You may take up a new hobby. You may play guitar on a beach.
Now, that won't happen.
Yeah.
I don't have there's no rhythm in me, trust me.
Was there a player that stood out to you? And I know, again, thousands and thousands of players, but anything kind of just.
No, I mean, it's so
many.
I don't want to say a name.
Yeah, I got you.
Because there's so many. And remember, after 4 decades, there's so many different eras of different players and coaches and general managers, agents. To focus on one doesn't work. Yeah. Doesn't work.
Did your drive come from not wanting to get beat?
Yes.
Was it a perfectionist thing? Was it pride?
Fear of losing.
Fear of losing.
That's it. That's it. And then whatever happens after that, fine. Fear of losing.
What about now? I mean, have you? I know you got some time to think about some things, but do you think there's anything, any path in sports you'll take or are you just going to say, I'm done?
No, I'm done. I mean, there's some things I'm going to do, but I'm not going to be a reporter anymore. I've done it for nearly 50 years. It's when our general manager and I talked about this 2 months ago, I said it's time. Sometimes it has to be time. It is.
Yeah.
How about the people you've worked alongside, like John McClain, the John Lopez's, the Ralph Coopers, all those guys, Neil Holdfield, remember him from back in the past? Yes, the late Neil Holdfield, all those guys who you've worked alongside, Mark, who I know. I used to see you, I watched you, and you'd be the first guy in line to get the interview. And you'd always have the first question.
Sometimes.
That's what you did.
Sometimes.
Well, if it wasn't you, it was John.
I often said when I got to go to the World Series with you a couple times, and when I have been at other sporting events, maybe as a fan, and I watched you more than I watched what was going on, because it was fun to watch you work. It really was.
I was just a nervous wreck.
Yeah, but it was fun to watch you work.
Right.
And I mean this in all sincerity. You were the first person in the morning. I wake up at 1:30 in the morning, and your Twitter account is the very first thing I look at in the morning, because you're the only one usually that's breaking news between the hours we're off the air and the hour we're back on the air. And so that would be fresh for our show at 4 a.m. when I'm on the air. And so I counted on you to give me some breaking news in the middle of the night, so we'd have something fresh to go on the air
Look here,
with.
I got a text
so I appreciate that.
I got a text from Joe Espada, the Astros bench coach.
Wow.
I wanted to wish you the best of luck in your next chapter. I've always admired your professionalism and friendship. Good luck, Joe. Isn't that cool?
It's got to feel so good to have people recognize your work ethic, your friendship, your professionalism. I mean, those are the things that everyone strives to have, the qualities everybody strives to have in their job, right?
Well, a lot of the people with whom we spoke, they didn't even make the show. So that just kind of tells you how many people actually love you, man. I mean, they talked about you, coaches, former players, everybody. They have so much love and admiration for you. That's huge, man. And all sportscasters aspire to be like that. They really do.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what does Joy, your wife, want to do in retirement?
We're just going to be a family.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a family when you're doing this job.
It is.
Because you're always on the job. We're just going to go dark.
Yeah.
I hope.
Speaking of family.
Yes. Oh, our news director, Susan Schiller, has grandson Jackson here with the cake.
Let me just say
Yes.
that some things in life are important, and Jackson wants a piece of cake.
Oh,
Let's go.
Jackson.
So
Okay, so
Mark-
do you want a specific slice?
So Mark, you got to come over here and cut the cake.
Cut the
with your
cake for him.
grandson.
Oh,
we'll
that's
go from there.
awesome. Can you guys, hey Susan, could we maybe turn them around so we can see them on camera? So maybe just come over here in between these tables.
There you go.
And we will see you now.
Reposition.
Okay. We know what's important in life is cake.
Yes,
right.
Jackson's hungry.
Jackson.
Did you already
Let me
eat a
just
burger
say,
too?
Sally.
Yes.
Let me just say,
Sorry.
Sally.
Are you mic'd up? Do you want me to come near you?
No. Oh, yeah.
Well, here, yeah. Well,
Let me
I'll
just
get
say
near
that-
Susan. You can
that-
hear her.
That Mark and I have had many experiences together. Astros,
Yep.
Super Bowls, the All-Star Game, and lots of daily news. But when I called Mark immediately, when he fed
Where's
in
Jessica?
off of his cell phone video of himself and Lil Wayne at the Astros, and I said, rapper Lil Wayne and Mark Berman, I never would have put those
No.
two names in a sentence. So
That and
Mark-
Travis Scott.
and Travis
Yeah,
Scott.
Travis
Travis
Scott.
Scott.
Yeah.
So Mark, I got to tell you, I love you, and I'm going to miss you. And you're just the consummate journalist, sports or otherwise. You're just the best.
Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it.
We all appreciate you here.
Yeah.
So, but really, I butted in because Jackson.
Because you were trying to get our 11-year-old a piece of cake. You just turned 11, right, Jackson?
11.
He just turned 11.
Yeah, and Jackson, what do you want to? You're thinking about being a broadcaster, right?
Maybe.
Okay, he might be a broadcaster. Okay.
Or
He can be whatever he wants to
That's
be.
right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Jackson. All right, Mark. So we have 2 minutes left in our after show here. So I'm laughing.
I'm not getting
He's
you.
like, what do we do on this after show? So you have a sportscast to deliver tonight, your final
do.
one.
Oh, boy.
So are you going out with your guys and gathering
Well,
today?
I have a couple of things I want to do, but really, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do about J.J. Watt. I mean, the Texans have announced he's going in their Ring of Honor, which is a really big story.
Have you texted him yet?
I'm about to.
You're about to. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do about how we're going to handle it. Because just because he and we get along great doesn't mean I'm going to get the interview. You know? There's no giving.
I would definitely play into the "It's my last
Oh,
day."
I think I need to play the
Please
retirement
help
card.
me. Yes, I would definitely play that card.
I want to ask you this, and you may not tell me, but I have to ask you. Phone numbers. Those are the things that we kind of like die for. We do.
Yep, right.
I got to ask you. Under or over 5,000?
Oh, less. A couple thousand. Oh, but I don't have any idea. I don't know. It's been 40 years. I got a phone full and I got a computer full here at work, so I don't know.
And what happens to that Rolodex?
I'm
after
taking them home with
tonight?
me.
You're taking home. It doesn't
Yeah.
go to anybody.
My daughter still
right?
works here at Fox, so if she needs some help, I'm going to help her. If the new guy's here wants some help, I'm going to help him if I can.
Yeah,
Why not?
that's good to
I
hear.
want the
That's a big
station to
heart.
continue to win.
Yes. Well, you've
Big heart.
always been just a huge proponent of Fox 26, not just
Right.
of yourself, but of the station.
That's correct.
Thank you, man.
And that's
You
been
bet.
wonderful.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank
much,
you.
Mark.
Thank you.
I'm going to see
Thank
you
you.
in a little bit.
I'm demanding overtime for doing this.
We're recording another special with you, so stick
no.
around.
Oh my God.
All right, that's going to do it for us, everybody. We really appreciate you joining us here on the After Show. I'm with two amazing sports guys here. How fun is this?
Tell you what, he's the best, though. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Mark, last word.
19 on the West Coast. Let's head to a quick 2-minute commercial break, and on the other side, right back into your headlines and live events. Actually, it looks like the chief is speaking again. So first, let's pop up the audio.
Well, 2 nights, even for me as an old man, you know, it gets a little taxing. But no, I feel good where we are right now. It's active. We're reviewing some surveillance cameras. I hadn't gotten a full update because I've been dealing with the shooting here, but I will get an update sometime this morning, this afternoon. But I feel good about it. Okay.